that grit. You know what I mean? That Matt Lee taught me. He taught me grit. Him and Jorge Rivera, they were just full of grit.
The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description.
Like the long layoff. Let's talk about the long layoff. Okay. Let's
The
get
long
into
layoff is, I went down the wrong path. I ended up getting caught up in, substances, and almost lost my life, lost family, lost friends, and had to find myself again. And martial arts it just makes me happy. It makes me smile. The community is always full of passionate people. It's my niche.
Damn, man, it's always good to hear stuff like that, right? That
Yeah.
the sport allows you to. I think this is the only sport that you can do that in, especially as a professional, right? Like you can't just be like a basketball player and pick up a basketball after 10 years. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, the mind is a powerful thing. I actually went out to the team that I used to play for football practice the other day. And my nephew's out there.
Okay.
So I'm out there running routes like I was still 22 years old again.
You got the pads on?
No, I'm not going there. There's some big boys on those fields.
Nowadays, man, the kids are they're extreme athletes, man, at a young age now. It's crazy.
Yeah, one thing I think us older guys can teach is like that, that grit. You know what I mean? That Matt Lee taught me. He taught me grit. Him and Jorge Rivera, they were just full of grit, And like I said, the mind is a strong thing. If after this, who knows, man? I have so many ideas and things I want to do. If there's doors opening, I don't know what's going to happen. But Spartan races or skydiving or just learn anything and have fun and live.
Is Jorge back in the Northeast? Because last time I talked to him, he was like in retirement in Florida, living the life.
Yeah, well, I think so. I reached out to him briefly. I really haven't got a chance to chat with him, but I definitely want to get caught up with those guys. I want to go. I know Matt. I believe Matt's in New York. I know Jorge's down in Florida. I would love to visit them both.
Yeah.
Those are the real. Those are the dudes.
OGs, like the real OGs, right? Yeah.
People call me OG. I'm like, you don't even know OG.
For real, man. For real. Let's talk about 2022, man. You came back after that long layoff, and man, you picked up. Like it's pretty simple, man. A lot of people talk about this ring rust, and if you don't, if you come back from a long layoff, you're not going to be the same. But you just first round, 23 seconds. Like, how did that feel?
I felt like it just started a fire for me. Like, man, you still got it. To be quite honest. And I was nervous. Who wouldn't be after 10 to 12 years off, but it just brought me back to life. And the one thing I've learned this time around is fighting is much more about than just fighting. It's life. You get knocked down, and you stand back up and you keep going, and I'm so fortunate that everybody, including Gabe Gonzaga, Rocky Gonzalez, Chris Chambers, my coach, all of them, they were like, yep, you want to try this again? Come on, let's go. Let's do it. And they, no questions asked. They just jumped on board and they believed in me. And, yeah, I did. And I'm enjoying the journey so much more this time. I'm understanding it more.
3 months later, you hop back in and had a fight, another fight, and that fight went into the third round. And how did that feel? You know what I mean? Being able to like go through a whole round, talk with your corners, go through another round, get some advice from your corners again, and then after that, go out and finish the fight.
Well, I'll be honest with you, my boxing coach was like, Fran, what are you doing out there? But no, that fight I'm very appreciative for because it also showed me that I still had what I needed. It also showed me that I need to listen to my coaches in the corner. I crowded them. I like to believe I can go anywhere, but I mean, we all have our strengths and, not weaknesses per se, but stronger in one area than the other. So that fight, he was a tough dude. He was absolutely a tough dude. And, I thought I had him first round, second round, almost had a triangle attempt. They said we got him with a low ball. I don't know if it was really too low. If they didn't call that, I could have probably teed off on him a little bit more. But no, much respect. It was a great fight. And And that's what it is, that challenge to, sometimes I'm like, I feel like I didn't step up my competition enough. Not that I'm knocking on anybody, but I just, I like to challenge myself. And I feel like I'm the best me now. So let's go. Let's keep going.
No time to waste, right? No time to waste.
No, hey. I honestly feel better than I did when I was younger, honestly. And I've been using some Herbalife as my supplements. And I'm telling you what, man. I complain sometimes to my team. I'm like, oh, this hurts. And then I'm like, dude, you're training 3 times a day or 2 times a day, like 120 miles an hour. What do you expect?
Well, you kind of do have an advantage because for those 10 years, you didn't go through the grind like a lot of these guys do, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
your
yeah,
body is preserved in many ways.
yeah,
You
yeah.
kind of got to
No,
think of it
it
like that.
is. I mean, a lot of my ailments that bother me are not even from fighting. Like I always said in football,
Mhm.
because I played receiver, I would get blindsided.
Fuck.
And when you get blindsided, you can't defend yourself. So it's a lot different when you can give the hit instead of take the hit, you know. And you know, yeah, just fighting is just the way to go.
I think it's just a way to
If
go.
I was gonna play football again, I'd want to be on defense so I can make sure
Oh yeah.
I'd be one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I figured that out when I was young as well. I did play football for a couple of years, and I thought, man, I might as well. If I'm not that good, might as well just be someone that goes out there, implements the damage rather
Yeah,
than taking the
man.
damage, right?
Listen, you can't ever knock someone that's out there hustling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're hustling, they're hustling. Might not be the best player, but the work ethic is what matters. You know?
Now you got this middleweight title fight, man. You're hopping into after 2 fights. A lot of people will probably say like maybe it's too much too soon. What do you have to say about that?
Watch and see. Watch and see. What's
uh,
the worst that happens? He wins, and then I say, "Let's do it again."
yeah. Hey, that's right, man. You're
You
right.
know, I believe in my team completely. I have world champions all around me, and I have Gabe Gonzaga that puts my ass in check every time I need to be put in check. Trust and believe.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking I'm awesome, and then he'll just throw me around like a rag doll. I'm like, damn.
Man, when you think of Gabe Gonzaga, you think of that head kick knockout of Krokop, dude.
Broke
Just
off, man.
yeah,
Any man that can move the way that he moves is not even from this planet.
scary.
He
Scary.
cradles me sometimes.
Yeah, it's a scary
You
individual
know.
right there. A great guy to have in your corner and a great guy to kind of
No,
pass on the
and I'm
knowledge as well.
yeah, and that's the thing is he's very team oriented over there, and he's actually one of his main underlies, his front line guys. Evan is my coach. He's going to be in the corner with me, and he's belted from Gabe, and I just have so much faith in their jits. They go to, I haven't gone to tournaments with them yet, but I haven't competed in tournaments with them. I've gone to them, but they squared. We just take over most of the events. You know what I mean? So I know I have the right people around me.
So yeah, talk about the people around you. Gabe Gonzaga is one of them, but like you have your main gym, right? Another gym.
Well, squared is the home base as of now, but I'm pretty much I believe in mixed martial arts. You get as many looks from as many people, but then you keep your close people close to you. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I've had buddies that I used to train with. Mikey Zakelli, he's got his own gym up in Leominster now. I'd love to get up there and train with him soon. I'd love to go see Matt again. I'd love to go see Nuri, like all these old guys that I haven't seen. It was really cool, surreal. I went out to Leominster last night, and I was training with Rock and with Gabe and Edward Rodriguez, who was a world champion boxer. And this young kid comes in. He's probably 22 or something years old. And he's like, dude, I remember watching you guys at Matt Lee's gym. And I'm like, it's like people are watching and you are inspiring. You know what I mean? But as far as the team goes, Coach Ibre over at Team Link Muay Thai, building champions. And I'm working with one of his frontline guys. His name's Scott. Very military oriented, and I love the way his detail is. I have Rocky Gonzalez, which Jermaine Ortiz is almost his people. Lomachenko, I think he did beat him. So we got the Muay Thai, we got the Jits. I mean, I've been doing yoga, I've been doing breath work, strength and conditioning gym. I'm going to is pretty badass. The guy's name's Matt Carroll, and it's called Unrivaled in Worcester. And yeah, man, from what I before I went to that gym to after, I'm like, wow, just the transformation is it gets me excited just talking about it.
Do you feel like you've established your fighting style and you're just fine tuning it, or do you feel like you're developing different aspects and you're not even your full self yet?
I'm not even completely evolved yet, and I critique everything that I do. Everything that I do, I actually have to watch a film from today's class and just pick apart where I see any flaws. But yeah, no, I always like to learn new, but I also believe in fundamentals. You know what I mean? It's cool to put on a show, but sometimes when you put on a show, you get injured.
Yeah, without those fundamentals, man. If you train, you understand. Without the
Yeah,
fundamentals,
yeah,
there's no style. There's no your particular style, right? What you
yeah,
present,
yeah, yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
it's
But
the
I
game.
consider myself, I consider myself a freestyle fighter. I always have.
Yeah.
Um, obviously being under Gabe, I hope to soak up as much knowledge as possible from him and make him proud too. You know.
CES 72, man, you're taking on Tim Caron. Like, what are your thoughts on him and his style?
He's a vet. He's experienced. He's got that on me. He's got a black belt on me. I don't really have much to say. we talk. We do the action around here. We don't do much talking around here. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, man. It seems like black belts now. There's black belts, but then there's black belts, and also like in MMA, there's
Yeah.
black belts and there's black belts, right? Like it's
Yeah.
different. Y-
Well, like my boxing coach says, a black belt then turns into a blue belt, a brown belt, then turns into a purple belt. So,
Yeah,
I mean, there's ways to look at
yeah. There
it.
are ways to look at it.
there
Um,
are ways to look at it.
stylistically though, the matchup. Like when you look at your style against his style, and it seems like you do some study yourself. So what do you see?
I see he's well rounded. He likes to sweep a lot. Um, I think this fight's going to be big on transitions, and I believe I have the upper hand on that. I feel like I'm more explosive. I feel I'm more athletic, and I feel like he's more experienced because he is. Because what is he, 11-5 or 11-6? So I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
What are you expecting out of yourself though in this fight?
I'm all about gas tank. So this fight, I'm going to be showing my experience. Like you said what happened to me when I came back and how come the fights were so fast. Well, the difference between this fight and the rest of the fights is this is 5 rounds. So I know to throttle when I need to and put it on when I need to. You know, um, but if I see an opening, if I see a little bit of blood, then you'll see me turn it up a little bit. But other than that, cool, calm, and collected, and let's have fun. I call it playing for a reason.
What's the goals for the next couple of years for you?
Um, I said that I have to talk to the family and the team, but it takes. I like helping people. I want to share the knowledge with people, but I also want a house. So if Bellator or PFL or anybody wants to offer me a substantial amount of money, then that I don't want to refuse, then that's definitely a good option. If I had it my way, I would probably say it would be amazing if I could help out the local gyms and figure out what's going on around here. And then, 6 months down the road, hey, you want to go fight for 50 and 50? Yeah, sure. Let's have at it. You know what I mean? Because I don't plan on stopping. Whether I'm competing or not, it's part of my life. It's who I am.
Yeah, PFL, man. Seems like that's the fastest path to the biggest money, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Fighters do it because we do love it,
Mhm.
but I also got to feed myself and my
Yeah.
family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want a
So,
house, man. Everybody wants a
yeah,
house. You
I
know?
do. I do. And the reason I want the house is because I want to have my own garage with a gym in
Yeah, exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's where it starts, right? So,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah,
You
man.
know,
Well, March 18th, man. CS 72 main event, title fight. Go in the descriptions, download the AllStar app. Thank you so much, Fran, man, for the time, and we'll get more into that story, man, in the next interview.
I appreciate
in
it,
the
John.
next fight. Thank you so much for the
Okay.
time.
It was great meeting you.